Hey, this is Kyle O'Reilly. You're listening to and loving the Spanish Announce Table.
At Hallmark of Swede says hashtag tweet the table. Yes, John Cena has a big mouth.
Hey, there it is. I'll tell Emily. All right.
Yeah. I like it.
All right. Good.
Because we asked that. We said, hey, what do you guys tell us with your hashtag tweet the table? You know what else we asked you fans to do with hashtag tweet the table that nobody's done yet is hashtag T-Mac can't complain about, right? And then tell us something T-Mac can't complain about, right? Hashtag tweet the table. Hashtag T-Mac can't complain about ice cream cones.
Are you serious? Ice cream cones? They're not good to the texture of your hand. Second, when you eat it, it'll cut the roof of your mouth. Third, by the time the ice cream gets to the melting part, it's going over the ice cream cone. So why don't you just get a dish first off? And then on top of all of that, it's not even tasty. It's like you're just chewing air. It's stupid, waste of money, dumb, and it's ugly.
Hashtag tweet the table. Hashtag T-Mac can't complain about Rusev with a fucking tank.
Oh.
Yeah. You can't do it, can you?
On that one?
You can't do it, can you? Oh.
Well, let's be honest. He doesn't know how to operate it. So who the fuck's driving it? Probably an American. And that just doesn't make any sense because he's Bulgarian. And Bulgarians, right?
Yeah, I mean, really.
That was hard.
All right, yeah, that was a hard one. But that's the game. Hashtag tweet the table. Hashtag T-Mac can't complain about. At B_double_.
Hey, if you're Bulgarian, I love you. Just by the way, I love
especially you, Rusev.
Yeah, especially
Rusev.
Somebody stop Rusev. Oh my God.
You don't want to hear that.
Nope. D.
Says Big Cass came out looking like the last leather sofa at a clearance sale. Hashtag tweet the table.
That's a great line.
Yeah, he does look like a big 7-foot long leather sofa that's been sitting around in the store, right?
The last sectional.
Yeah, right.
This is Dr. Tom Pritchard. You're listening to the Numero Uno podcast in all of professional wrestling, the Spanish Announce Table.
At Hobiam says, may somebody please tell Seth to shave his armpits? Hashtag tweet the table. The armpit hair bothering him.
You?
No, I don't. I will trim it back, but I don't like, you know what I mean? I don't want it like looking like I got what they say, buckwheat in a headlock. That's how they say that. But I will definitely trim it back, you know? But I'm never like shaving it off.
Like one of the great things I think about the Drew McIntyre look is that he has chest hair and he looks like a man that could kick your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't always have to be clean shaven and fucking a swimmer.
Right. At Theo75 says, John Cena's balding spot is as noticeable as the crater on Mimas, the moon of Saturn. Hashtag tweet the table. There you go.
Look at that.
Did you know that was the Did you know that was the moon of Saturn?
I did not.
Right?
Thank you.
I probably said it wrong too. I don't know. Mimas.
Hey.
At B _double_.
D.
Says, why is Shane sweating more than the wrestlers though? Hashtag tweet the table. Yeah, he was profusely sweating during that.
Well, he was in New York. He was probably doing coke, allegedly.
Right. Or maybe he was just really worried about something.
Wouldn't you? You just survived a plane crash. You think you're untouchable. Coke is
you're a
everywhere
star.
in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a big star.
You're rich.
Yeah.
You're rich, and you don't ever have to do anything and just collect your WWE money for the rest of your life. And you're fine.
And you're doing something a little bit out of your element that you have to have high energy for. Why would you not do coke?
Why not? At Chris Mercado 23 says, what are the odds that Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin, and Shane McMahon all wear the same size shirt? Hashtag tweet the table. Yeah?
Crazy.
Right? Nuts. At Katie First
Lady
says, apparently the HBK KFC spot was supposed to be for Ric Flair. That would have been funny as hell to see. Hashtag tweet the table. So they did that. Shawn Michaels is the Colonel. Apparently it was going to be Ric Flair, and then, he had his health issues and still in the hospital. Yeah, that would have been a lot more fun than what that commercial was. That commercial was not fun.
I just thought, I don't know. There's certain guys, in my opinion, and I know pro wrestling is men and women in their underwear fake fighting, but I think there's some people that when you're doing the advertisement things, they're above that, right?
Shawn Michaels,
yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, like those guys should never be the fucking Colonel.
You know where they thought is going to come off as funny is, Shawn and Triple H did those great funny commercials for the WWE shop when they were doing DX. But again, that fits that character, right?
You're right.
Not Shawn Michaels the guy. It just doesn't feel right. The greatest of all time, arguably.
Right, yeah. Like Jordan doesn't do fucking dumb commercials like that.
Now, where Flair's an exception is Flair's just that guy, right? He is that under the spotlight showman.
Yeah, well, let's take this analogy over to like the basketball world, right? Like Michael Jordan doesn't do the Carfax driving a cartoon car with the general thing, right?
Yeah, he's not dressing up as Colonel Sanders, but Shaq does. Right.
Shaq does.
Yep.
Because Shaq is the showman who isn't afraid to
Shaq
put a pie in his face.
Dr. Scholl's. Like yeah.
Right. So, you know what I mean? You can still be great, and if you've already established yourself to do anything, it's awesome. But when you're elite like that, don't do it.
Although LeBron did that stupid fucking Sprite commercial.
What?
I said, although LeBron did that stupid fucking Sprite commercial. I wouldn't tell you to drink Sprite if you were thirsty. I'd ask you if you want to. that whole thing. I wouldn't tell you about it. It's great.
That was still in the realm of not being like a goofy
Super Bowl too. It was a little bit different.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Final one. At B_double_. Says, okay, I slept on it. Jinder versus Nakamura was still complete garbage juice. Hashtag tweet the table. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Well, neither guy can speak English that well. One, because he doesn't know the language, and the other because it's Nakamura. And no, I'm kidding.
I was like, what?
Well, Jinder he always sounds like he has a head cold.
Yeah.
How do you always sound sick?
Cocaine.
Must be. But does that mess up your throat?
I don't know. Oh, well, yeah. All that drainage?
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I'm talking about.
And then Nakamura, he just doesn't know the language. And so he's already weird and doesn't know it. So it's hard for him. And sometimes he does promos with a mouthpiece in. That doesn't make it any easier. And so, yeah, it's just, I think, in my opinion, The gender thing was awesome because I love anyone can win this fucking title, right? But I think the experiment is done, and there's other more deserving people that can tell a better story that could have that title.
Okay.
Because he's not even main eventing SmackDown.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, I noticed that too. Yeah. I can see what you're saying there. I'll agree with that. All right, let's take a break here. We're going to come back in our next segment, our rotating third segment. This time we're going to go back in time when we return. Huh? You like that? Huh?
Yeah, I did.
Huh? All right. You weren't expecting that one, were you?
No.
Are you expecting to go back in time?
Now I am.
No, I am. All right, we're going to do that when we come back from the break. But, by the way, if you need to take a break, like we mentioned last time, go check out SpanishAnnounceTable.net. All our affiliate links. Do some stuff, man. Buy some stuff.
Hang out on the website and look at some things that we got on there.
Right.
Too.
Yeah, we've got some fun stuff on there, too. All right, we will be back, and we'll go back in time when we return to the Spanish Announce Table, which is on SpanishAnnounceTable.net. And
you can go ahead and jog your memories, but this is a fact. The Rock has never won the WWE title at WrestleMania. TrendingTopicsNetwork.com.
Yeah. That music is... How can you not be ready for a fight if that's your walkout music?
I still think the UFC missed the boat with not letting him walk out to that song. Now, that could have been not his choice, but it's a fucking great song.
It is great. All right, T-Mac. Our rotating third segment, before we get into what we're going to do this week, which is we're going to go back in time. Right? I want to talk about another memory trip that I had back in time earlier today. You don't want to do this, but I'm going to put it to the fans right now. In 2 weeks' time, for episode 215, we will be recording on the 7-year anniversary of the greatest match of all time, Melina versus Alicia Fox. And we're going to celebrate. Look, such a meaningful moment in pro wrestling history. We have to celebrate. So we want your emails that week for our third segment. Now, you don't only have to email about that. Calm down. I know you're all excited and rushing to your computer screens right now. But email us that week. And if you want, tell us what that match has meant to you in your life. Melina versus Alicia Fox, the greatest wrestling match of all time. September 6, 2010. You remember it well.
I do.
You seem so excited. T-Mac hates this idea.
No, I just, we'll see.
It is the greatest match of all time.
Yep.
All right, let's do what we came here to do, and that is to go back in time. All right, we're going to go back and do a little This Week in Wrestling History. We're going to go back in time and talk about some things that happened during this week.
What is that from?
That's that Back to the Future, Huey Lewis in the News, right? Back in time. Yeah.
That is so great.
Right? So hop in the Spanish Announce Time machine with me, T-Mac, as we go back in time to 15 years ago on August 17th, 2002. Okay? Feeling this out? 2002. The WWF Hardcore title changed hands 3 times at a house show in Terre Haute? How do you say that? Indiana. Raven won the title from Tommy Dreamer, beginning Raven's 27th and final reign with the Hardcore title. Then, Raven lost the title to Shawn Stasiak, making his 14th reign with the title. And finally, Stasiak lost the title to Tommy Dreamer for his second Hardcore title reign of the day and his what number overall title reign with the Hardcore title?
11.
12. Good. It's close. I brought this up because as I was going through the week, that happened throughout. Like every day they were somewhere and the title changed like multiple times.
It was great. I mean, it didn't add any legitimacy to the title,
No.
but it was fun to just see it, happen.
Yeah. I mean,
I love
and just we got to talk about meat. When else are you going to talk about meat? All right, let's hop back into the Spanish Announce Time Machine, T-Mac, as we go.
Back in time.
It's 21 years ago, on August 18th, 1996. Okay?
What? That was 21 years.
21 years ago,
Back in time.
August 18th,
Who was it?
1996. Yeah, do the math. The WWF held its 9th annual SummerSlam pay-per-view at Gund Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. In this event, Mankind defeated The Undertaker in a boiler room brawl after what happened?
Oh, I remember this like it was yesterday. Paul Bearer turned on Undertaker and hit him over the head with the urn. The only thing is that he kept on turning away from him, so you could tell that like he was gonna turn on him, but he just didn't do it quick enough, and it kind of like made the turn not as good.
Yeah.
But it was still crazy that he turned on him.
Yeah. So Paul Bearer turned on The Undertaker by hitting him in the head with the urn and handing it to Mankind, who then won the match, as the stipulation was that the first competitor to take possession of the urn would be declared the winner.
I remember.
He's turning away to avoid The Undertaker getting the urn.
Yeah, but it
And
was
then
like
there's
he
that.
should have just
But
hit him
you
in
get
the
it.
head.
Right.
Like he should have, like if I was booking it, you would have had Undertaker drop to the knee, put the hand up, and then Paul Bearer just hits him in the
Whack
head.
him down on the
He
yeah.
falls down. Mankind gets it. But in the turn thing was like, well, what is he doing? Well, now I know what he's doing, but why is it taking so long?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just jumbled.
Yeah, in my travels researching all this, in all my travels,
Back in time.
I did notice that after this happened, 1 year later, Undertaker and Mankind would be teaming together. So there you go.
Pro wrestling.
Wrestling. All right, let's hop back in the Spanish Announce Time Machine, T-Mac, and go.
Back in time.
4 years ago. All right? Isn't that far away? August 19th, 2013. A match between Alberto Del Rio and Sin Cara was called off mid-match when what happened?
Yes. Oh, because Sin Cara dislocated his thumb or something? Wasn't
He
it?
dislocated multiple fingers while performing a dive outside of the ring onto Del Rio, and Del Rio proceeded to kick the shit out of him for it.
Yeah, because he just looked at it. He's like, oh, my hand. And Del Rio's like, you
Son of a-
motherfucker.
yeah, he put the boots to him. And then that was the end of Sin Cara, really, after that. Like they replaced him with Hunico, who is Sin Cara that we know now. But yeah, how about that, huh? How fun was
on
that?
TV, like I would have got it if it was a house show, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
who the fuck cares? But you're on Raw,
Right.
Gotcha.
You can at the very least say go home, right?
Right.
And have him pin me. Let's get out of here. Your fingers are broke or not. If you think your fingers are broke, you're not
Don't use
gonna. Well, but here's the thing: in the amount of time to say go home, fingers are broke, find something, hit me, pin me, right? You're spending an extra minute out there tops, right? Nothing. You just got to get through it, right? I don't know. I mean, it's easy to say. It's easy to say. Everybody reacts differently when that shit happens and they're looking down and don't know what's going on. But I don't know. That was the end of Sin Cara.
fuck that guy.
All right, let's hop back in the Spanish Announce Time Machine and go.
Back in time.
14 years ago, on August 20th, 2003.
So depressing. That's the worst part of the segment, is just realizing how long ago that actually was.
Michael Shane won the TNA X Division Championship in Nashville, Tennessee, defeating then-champion Chris Sabin and Frankie Kazarian in the first ever...
X Division. Or the X.
The
where they
Ultimate
got
X
the fucking
match.
X.
Yeah.
Ultimate X.
The
yeah.
Ultimate X match, which I like. I never, that's a decent style match. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. Obviously not in TNA. I don't want to see it in GFW, but it adds a new wrinkle where they've got to, get across these ropes and stuff. I mean, it was all right.
Hey, speaking of GFW, late breaking news, their X Division champion just asked for his release and was granted it. Low key, gone from GFW.
We're going to see him on NXT?
No, because
No?
McMahon hates him, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
And everyone hates Low Key, it feels like. I feel like everyone hates Low Key.
Yeah, is he an asshole?
Yeah, I feel like every shoot interview thing I've watched, every snippet talking about him, they're like, he takes himself too seriously, kind of a dick.
Kind of a dick. A little bit of a dick. Big dick. All right, then on that note, let's hop back in the Spanish Announce Time Machine and go.
Back in time.
20 years ago on August 21st, 1997, in the Municipal Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, WCW would hold the 35th and final version of what event?
Starcade.
The Clash of the Champions.
Ah, shit.
20 years ago, the Clash of the Champions died. What was your take on the Clash of the Champions?
Loved it. It was a free show on TBS. Sometimes they would do like fan phone calls to like create the matches. And I thought it was like a pay-per-view quality. And for a poor boy from the trailer park who couldn't ever get pay-per-view, I thought it was just like the best thing in the world. And it made me love WCW more than WWF for like 2 months after a Clash of the Champion. I'm like, this is definitely the number one promotion.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, I agree. Clash of the Champions was great just because, like you said, it was getting that big event feel, but free on TV. And it introduced me to all these stars of the WCW, especially before it went into Monday Night Wars WCW, where things took a turn for the worse. Yeah.
Well, they took a turn for the better, then they took a turn for the worse.
But yeah, man, 20 years have passed. Clash of the Champions is dead. And, sometimes you got to put your pants on one leg at a time. So we'll move on.
I'll tell you what, keep your head on a swivel.
Sometimes. All right, we will hop back in the Spanish Announce Time Machine and go.
Back in time.
18 years ago, on August 22nd, 1999, the WWF held its 12th annual SummerSlam pay-per-view, main evented by Mankind defeating Steve Austin and Hunter Hearst Helmsley in a triangle match to win his second WWF World title after his pin on Steve Austin, which was counted by which special guest referee?
Oh, this is another one I really know well. Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah.
And also in that match, I didn't realize it at the time, but I realized it later. Go back and watch it. Stone Cold gets caught in the top rope because he falls over trying to talk shit on, I think, Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
And Triple H has to get him
out. Yeah,
of
because he
it.
got
And it was
stuck.
hilarious.
Yeah, the sitting governor of a state of Minnesota came in and did that, which, yes, it's not like they got a sitting governor who'd never been in wrestling. I understand the difference here, but that's still a pretty big get.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. You know what they say, man? An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They do say that. All right, let's hop back in the Spanish Announce Time Machine and go.
Back in time.
Says, all right, 33 years ago, on August 23rd, 1984. 1984, 33 years ago. The Uptown Boys defeated the Grapplers, Tony Anthony and Len Denton, to win the NWA Central States Tag Team titles in Kansas City, Kansas. Who comprise the Uptown Boys? We've seen them. We've seen them wrestle on episode 21 when we did our drunk episode, when we watched Heroes of Wrestling. So you know these two guys.
Oh, man.
The Uptown Boys. Kansas City, Kansas, NWA Central States.
33 years. Marty Jannetty and
Got one.
Jake the Snake Roberts?
Tommy Rogers.
Ah, shit.
Right? And then they had that great match at Heroes of Wrestling.
Well, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels formed the Rockers in Kansas City in Central States.
In the Central States. Right. Kansas City. Yeah, man. Hey, that's what we're talking about over here. We got a good wrestling lineage. Well, this was a fun trip.
Back in time.
Right?
Yes. I love this. We should do this one more often.
Yeah, I know. It's good. That's where this rotating third segment comes into play. I don't know what we're going to do next week, but in 2 weeks' time, the 7-year anniversary of the greatest wrestling match of all time. We want your emails. Emails about anything you want, but also tell us what the greatest wrestling match of all time has meant to you, right? We want to hear from you again. It's been a while since we've done emails, long-form conversations with you. Now, I know some of you, there's deep meaning in this greatest wrestling match of all time, Melina versus Alicia Fox. GBL, I'm talking to you. Nels, I'm talking to you. B-Double.
Cannabis.
Right? I know you guys. I know you guys think about this match often. And
Mop
it ranks
Jockey,
up there.
where you at?
Yeah, Mop Jockey, where you at? Mop Jockey's never coming back. I've just come to accept that.
That would be the greatest moment in this podcast history if he comes back.
If Mop Jockey comes back, hey, 2:15, somebody get the word to Mop Jockey. We need an email about whatever you want to talk about and your feelings on the greatest wrestling match of all time, Melina versus Alicia Fox. Like how it drives you, how it inspires you, right? Because clearly all those things have to happen when you think of this match, right?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
All right, but now, right now, we had our fun trip.
Back in time.
And we've got to get out of here and take a break and get ready for next week's 214, which will be right here on the Spanish Announce Table, which is on SpanishAnnounceTable.net. And
Triple H tore his quad for the second time on the same date that he returned from his first quad injury, January 7th. TrainingTopicsNetwork.com.